to people from the communities that are perhaps impoverished or underserved. In the areas which they work, there are only 2 public health eye care providers for every 500,000 people. 2. Probably within a 3-block radius you'll find 50 Jewish doctors and 50 Jewish lawyers. And others. 43% of Jamaicans have never been seen or treated for eye-related problems. Think about that. We have a very exciting group of 6 speakers, as you see by the beautiful faces over there. And if you take a look at your pamphlets, you'll see our agenda. Essentially, we're going until about 10 o'clock. 6 speakers. We'll have 3 speakers first, followed by a 10-minute intermission, and followed by 3 more speakers, and then a wonderful performance by 2 very, very talented individuals. So the 6 speakers will be giving short presentations, followed by 3-minute Q&A sessions. Our theme tonight is how young professionals are using technology to improve the world around them. We also wanted to provide you with a professional networking opportunity. So, hold on, you have to, yeah. You gotta get my good side. So, part of the purposes of this event was to make young people like yourselves realize that the power to truly make a difference is in your hands. It really is. You guys are the future. We hope our speakers today will inspire you to find your own personal path, to make a positive change in your community or the world at large. Finally, we wanted to celebrate the coming together, the collaboration and synergy of so many wonderful people from so many different walks of life with different specialties. So, as long as we're all united around the common cause, there's no reason why we can't have fun and have a little music in our lives. And that is why, following the talks, once again, we will hear from our wonderful musicians, guitarist Alan James, and operetta star to the stars, Alpha Brill. So, also, before we start the talks, I would like to give a big shout out to Keisha Mars from Compass, who helped sponsor the event. Talk to her about any of your real estate needs. And Emily, our photographer, who just captured my good side. So, I am forever grateful. And without further ado, we'll have Alexander Pinhas. I'll introduce him. Dr. Alexander Pinhas is our first speaker. He is currently in training as an ophthalmology resident at SUNY Downstate Medical Center. This October, we're really united around Alex's cause because he's the one going on the volunteer eye mission to Jamaica. So to tell you more about the iCare Jamaica 2018 mission and the eye lasers he is bringing on the trip, please put your hands together for Dr. Alex Pinhas.
Yeah.
So much taller than I. Got some corner throws left. All right, thank you, Sam. And I do want to give a personal thank you to Serge Zenon, because without his drive and commitment and push, this would not have happened at all. Thank you, sir. And I do want to thank you all again for donating, being a part of this event. It really means a lot. I'm really glad to see you guys sharing the excitement of the upcoming eye mission to Jamaica. I will be one of 2 physicians traveling with a group of 20 optometrists and opticians to Negril. That's the red arrow over there. And this is going to be from October 28th through November 2nd to volunteer as part of the iCare mission to Jamaica. So Sam already said some of the facts, but I used this slide last year because the facts really haven't changed on the ground. Western Jamaica is very underserved, and if you don't have money, you don't get an eye exam or glasses. And a pair of glasses just usually costs at least a month's wait for an average Jamaican. So something that we don't really feel is significant is life-changing for for a single person there. So since being founded in 2009 under the leadership of Stephen Stern, iCare has conducted in total 17 weeks of clinic and 4 weeks of cataract surgery. And they've provided 28,975 eye exams, including 141 cataract surgeries. And they've provided 67,395 pairs of glasses, and that includes prescription glasses and sunglasses. And hundreds of eye surgical referrals and thousands of blood pressure and blood sugar tests. These are kind of like the statistics of what they've done. And all of this over the past, since 2009, over the past 9 years, has been an estimated value of $8.2 million US, so that's pretty significant. And last year, an incredible optician named Mike expanded our ability to fabricate custom prescription glasses in clinic by donating an entire professional-grade optician's lab to the mission. And this enabled his team to manufacture 355 pairs of prescription glasses within 6 days that we were there. And this allowed us to rely less on the prescription glasses donated from the States. So that kind of like really inspired me that like he made such a difference. And my duties on the mission included screening and educating on eye disease and dispensing glaucoma drops and making necessary referrals for surgery and other needed eye care. And I also got to participate in cataract surgery with a lot of happy smiles from thankful patients. Woo! Yeah, it was really meaningful actually. So throughout the mission, I noticed the very large prevalence of glaucoma and diabetic retinopathy, and it proved frustrating to not be able to offer longer lasting treatments in the clinic. So then thinking back to what Mike did, I was like, what can I kind of give? That's the spirit of the trip, like what can I give to like improve the trip? So I kind of thought about it, and I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about diabetes and the eye disease that it causes, and kind of the treatments that we have and what we'll be doing this year that's new. So the global prevalence of diabetes has reached epidemic proportions. So 415 million people have been diagnosed with it in 2015, and it's expected to affect 642 million people by 2040 worldwide. So that's a huge number. And complications of diabetes, which really means elevated blood sugar, your body's not able to control the sugar in the blood. It affects every part of the body, and especially it affects the retina, and it leads to blindness, and is the leading cause of blindness worldwide in adults aged 20 to 74 years, so everyone in this room. Prolonged exposure to elevated glucose levels in the blood causes damage to blood vessels, and this leads to closure of these blood vessels and very poor oxygen supply to the retina. And over time, the retina starts producing these signals that allow new blood vessels to grow. It's trying to compensate for the low blood flow. But the thing is that these new blood vessels, they're not good blood vessels. They are very abnormal, they bleed a lot, and they cause retinal detachments, and that's what causes vision loss. So how do we lower the risk of these diabetic complications? Right? And Mini-Me has the answer. It's lasers. Alright, you guys get it? It's lasers. So, green argon lasers therapy has actually been used to treat diabetic retinopathy since at least the 1960s. So that's pretty groovy. Alright, so light from the 530 nanometer wavelength green argon laser is shot into the back of the eye, and it's absorbed by the retina. It's converted to thermal energy, and it raises the temperature of the retina by approximately 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. And this causes retinal cell death and ultimately scarring. And the reason that we do this, and this is a picture on the bottom of the treatment, we put like 1,500 to 2,000 shots. And the reason that we do this is because we want to burn away the peripheral retina or the side retina that's not really useful for your central vision. And we want to spare the central part of the retina, which is used for your everyday vision. So it's a trade-off. It's kind of like a butcher's technique, but it's a trade-off to at least because you have limited amount of oxygen, so now your retina can actually survive and not scar and detach. And this has proven to be very successful. And it's actually a very portable system. So that's why stateside, when I came back from the mission, I reached out to Iridex reps and was able to secure a loaned green argon retina laser to bring on the mission trip this year. And so we'll be able to treat diabetic retinopathy this year for the first time. And another physician, Dr. Dan Brown, through all these conversations, he's interested in glaucoma. So he decided to reach out to Alex representatives. This is another laser company, and he's going to bring a glaucoma laser. So I'm not, due to the interest of time, I'm not going to go into how that works, but it's a little bit different. But the bottom line is there's different ways that lasers actually treat eye diseases, and they're very portable, and it's very accessible to mission work. And these are all the other companies that have made this kind of mission possible. So yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for all your donations again, and I hope that you enjoy the event today. I guess we'll open for our first round of questions. Roman, you look like you have a question.
I do actually. It's like MedLife.
Okay.
I have a certain question.
What's up?
What's the reception like when you guys are down there in Jamaica on the ground? And you guys work with other local organizations to sort of spread the word of that?
Yeah, so that's actually a good question because going there and like looking for diabetic retinopathy is kind of like very inefficient. So what we're gonna do is like we're in touch with all the doctors on the ground that are there day to day, and they're gonna pick out certain individuals that would be good candidates for this kind of treatment, and they're actually gonna line them up for us, and we're gonna laser them at a time. The patients that we pick out in our own mission, we're gonna be just screening them, and like if we decide that they have that disease, we're gonna do the treatment, and then we're gonna educate them on the disease, and then hook them up with like a doctor. Because the culture is not the way that the culture is here. It's like people just don't know to even see a doctor. You know, so like if you tell a patient you have this condition and you're going to be blind in 10 years, they're just more likely to go and see a doctor.
You get people who are like on the ground since your last visit there, who have been like saying, hey, by the way, these guys are back.
Yeah, so like, so the everyone knows us at this point. Like everything that we do yearly, we kind of like keep growing. So everything that we did last year, we're gonna do again this year. So people already know that we're coming, and like they're kind of preparing. So yeah, every time, kind of like when we add something, we wanted to have some sustainability. All right, thank you.
Slight change.